They'll probably say, where exactly are you going with this? I see you really trying to take it there. Old school flows chew you out, ain't fair, Jordan.
Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Riverside back at you, y'all Savage. Right now, I'm getting this fucking whatever these are, tater, cheddar, bacon, whatever. And this one right here, this is straight fire. I don't know if you can see that, but it's that chicken and tater milk. Fire. That's that late night stuff. But anyways, yesterday was one of those days. It was just Firme. I seen the homies doing their thing and just performing. Like Riverside really showed up for us. I mean, not just for me, because, well, they weren't there for me. They were there for Conejo and the Hieroglyphics and the Visionaries and everybody else that just shared the stage. It was just one of those that was just, it's a happy event. Ran into Frank Nitty. Dude took us on stage. Me and my son got us to, we saw it from one angle and then we ended up seeing it from the other. We just met a lot of good people, but I actually got a chance to chop it up with Conejo. And I know a lot of people be hating on him, and I don't know why. His energy is feeding. Just came back from New York. You know, people are hyped to see him there. Anyways, that's basically kind of what I wanted to talk about. And that's stepping on each other's toes and trying to block each other's blessings. This dude right here is a prime example. Young Blue. You know, a Young Gritty, for some people might know him. Man, this dude, everybody I've seen him jump on the track with, he's pretty much killed him. And if he didn't kill him in that one, they complimented each other. And I just like sat in the studio for like, man, for hours. We went there probably like at 11 o'clock and stayed there. After we left the Conejo show, after Conejo, you know, left, we stayed for a second and then we bounced. But we were pretty much there for the whole time, just really taking in the scenery. And there was a lot of love right there. And that's basically, like on that, I'll go back to what I wanted to talk about. And that's that blocking the blessing. Cállate, güey. Hades. That's my dog tripping. He see cats out there, you know what I mean? That dog do not like cats. But anyways, like I said, back to what I was talking about. Last night it was a lot of love, you know what I mean? And it's just sad to see sometimes when people block their own blessings. Like right now you got so much hate in the industry amongst Latinos. And I know I said it before, but it kind of shocks me because a lot of them have been trying for so long to get on. Like back in the days you had Lil Robs, you had Shadows, you had, you know, whatever. You had a lot of people. You had foods really coming up. In fact, people can, you know, take it how they want, but for the most part, after Proper Laws came with that Pelon, that song about Pelones, every hyena wanted to see vatos with bald heads, and they kind of set the trend on that in Los Angeles. Because like I said in a video a long time ago, well, one of my first videos, that people weren't really cutting their hair or bicking it bald. It was always hairnets and 3 flower and shit of that nature. And when they came out, they pretty much set the trend. But like right now, Latinos got, they don't have a foot in. They got like maybe a little toe, and they got the chance to really excel. But they're constantly blocking people that can actually take them to the next plateau. Let's just be honest. There's a lot of us that rap, they're never going to get anywhere. Why? Because they can't catch the cadence, the voice is off, and nobody's really respecting what they're talking about. Somebody had told me last night, and I mentioned his name, but it was basically good storytelling, but the cadence is off, so they couldn't really make people believe outside of like our general areas that they do what they say, because it just didn't sound good. And not to say all rap should sound good, but it's just one of those things that how can I believe you if you're how can I believe you did something if the way it's coming across when you're conveying it sounds unbelievable, you know what I'm saying? But it's just one of those things that trips me out. Like to this day, people are still stepping. You got vatos that are Latinos that are at the top of the plateau right now as far as like in Chicano rap, and some people don't want to be considered Chicano rap, but as long as you keep a certain cadence, people will continue to throw you in that thing. And anybody that steps out of that Chicano rap is just blasphemized. Like people really will hate on them just because they you know, they want to say they're acting like something else, or they're not keeping it true to the code, and just it's just one of those things. Like it's like, and you know, this not to go on topic, but you remember when Conejo used to rap before? It was all about his hood and it was just grimy. Now he got that hip hop feel. The vibe is like people feel it. It's like you may not listen to his song on the tape and get the true like essence of it. But when he gets on stage and his presence, he just performing, and his hype man and the dude that raps with him, that shit is amazing, because it's just, you see it, dude. Is when I sat down and I talked to this dude, he was really enjoying life, and that's what I like to see. It's like this dude, Young Blue, Young Gritty. This dude, like, if you hear him rap, when he got so much music he ain't even released, like, and people are hating on this dude, but verbally can't even get on the same level as him. You got L2R doing his thing, helping out the vibe. He didn't have to help them out, but he chose to, because he was just keeping it real. You know what I mean? He's from Nella. You know what I'm saying? It's just like that. The whole thing about this whole thing is about, you know, blocking your blessings. A lot of people don't understand that if you got one person in a position to excel, he'll be the one to open it for other dudes that can actually rap. And don't get me wrong, there's some dudes that can rhyme but they can't rap, and you got some dudes that can rap but they suck at hip-hop. And I'm not just talking about the hip-hop, you know, the hippity hip-hop and none of that, but just fools that got actual bars. Their metaphors are on point, but they still keep it that West Coast. And not to say, like, you know, utilizing the East Coast tactics as far as verbally, like, because that's a lot of cats you see, like, what, that dude Green Lantern, I think his name is. It's like, that's verbal combat, like the Wu back in the days. Everything was about putting your words together and really, you know, connecting. You got Proving Our Point, POP, like, they ain't even in a righteous studio and they be putting theirs together. So just imagine if you had them actually in a lab. They're the ones that did my hook. For the ones that, you know, may not realize who they are, but Proving Our Point is the one that he did the intro to my hook. But that was just something he just threw out real quick for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like on that level. But that's a guy right there that's just straight humble. Like, if you ever met Chief Loud, dude is just humble as hell. If you met Young Blue, dude is humble as hell and cool to kick it with. They just did something today with China Mac. I'm hoping that I'll get a chance to interview him and interview Young Blue and interview Frank Nitty, because for a lot of people don't understand, this dude Frank Nitty is actually doing what I would like to do. You know what I'm saying? When I first started my platform, it's just one of those things. I just wanted to tell my story and see where it went. I had no obligations to nobody. I had no responsibilities, but I've seen as my channel continues to grow, because I already hit 17,000. So obviously the channel is not dying. So I felt as a responsibility to take that negativity that I was preaching, because I was on some negative shit. Just turn up, enemigas, verga, like whatever. But I understood after a while that would no longer work for me, being a 40-year-old on the internet pushing opposition. You know what I mean? People like that could live to a ripe old age, or they can end up dead trying to push a line on the wrong person and get clapped up. You know, I respond to my haters every once in a while, but at the end of the day, I am human. And my turn up, the homies, when they taught me right. And that's just not to take shit from nobody. Like, it's to bust a grape every time it's time to bust a grape. Like, you know, it's just the way it is. But at the end of the day, I became humble. And I still have my flaws, you know what I mean? But I just see things in a greater light now. It's like, and it's not like I'm all religious or nothing, but I just see that there's a greater plan for me. And obviously my channel continues to grow, and I got a responsibility to the homies to be what people consider me, an OG. And to be an OG is to guide people in the right direction. You'll have haters on here from other argas that's not from the South and be tripping, and then you got, but let me refrain from saying that, because you do got some cats that are from up north that don't play that shit. They keep that shit G, and it's basically one of those things like, well, if you're not in my face and it's not this, then I'm not gonna wolf on you on the internet. You got these other fools that are just lames that like to do this, but that's because that's all they can do, and they're probably dropouts. So with that being said, respect to those that are actually with the business, whether you're opposition or not. You're with the business, and I'm good with that. You know what I mean? Because I can respect a gangster. But like I said, this is not to preach that. It's just to say like things like that. Like just to point it out, and hopefully I'll change people's minds and thought patterns on when they're dealing with cats like this. Remember that name, Young Blue, Young Gritty, because this guy could definitely be the future. I know a lot of people are saying King Lil G, and I take absolutely nothing from him. But this one right here, you need to pay real close attention. This one, go check him out on Spotify. L2R, if you ain't up on his shit, L2R is so versatile, and Young Gritty is just, he's just that, he could be that future. and you got cats like L2R, you got cats, other cats that got spit that accept that. They see like, okay, only one can be king, but that don't mean that another person can't get in. I place my chips in some of these homies because I know the capabilities. I know what they can do if they only focus. And a lot of these youngsters are focused, and I'm glad to see that not anything in a rap is based on what dudes are doing now. Because basically everybody's doing the same thing. I pop mollies, I drink this, I slam dope, I do this, I sniff lines, like doing coke and all this other shit. Back in the days when fools used to do things like that, people called them crackheads. Now it's just like, that's just the way they get down in the industry, and it's accepted. Like when me and my son push to these, you know, these functions, sometimes, most of the time we're invited, but we don't go on special invites. We just show up because we just want to show a representation. You know, I'm exposing my son to other aspects of music outside of just people popping mollies and passing out on stage and falling out. I want him to see hip hop at its rawest. If I can't take him to the East Coast, I'm going to get that West Coast hip-hop at its rawest and give him a different idea of exactly what music consists of, and he's loving it. And I'm expanding his mind, and that's all I care about. So all I wanted to say basically with this, you know, because I didn't want to make the video all dragged out, but I just needed to say that for the people that stand in each other's lanes, let one create a lane, jump in it, and you guys can ride that for the rest of your life. By trying to halt or keep people from getting to a certain plateau because they're absolutely better than you, you're only hindering your own progress. If you hate on a Latino or Mexicano or whatever that got actual spit that could actually reach out to another race, that people are actually paying attention to this youngster in particular and L2R and people of that nature, you need to get out the way. You know what I'm saying? Get out the way, let these Latinos do what they do, because if he gets in, or one of these Latinos that got that real spit, the possibilities is unlimited for you guys. And it's just like that. And it's that time. It's that time to bust it wide open. So, like I said, this whole video is just about bringing that to the homies, bringing that to just Gente period. Back yours, back everybody, but put a little backing behind yours too. You know, show that love at the end of the day, because, you know, you can help him become the next whatever, you know what I mean? And basically, that's all I'm going to say on that. For you watchers that support my channel, support my merch, Neil the Zod, we've been doing live reactions on K2 Zod and Boss Savvy, so go ahead and check that out. We're constantly going up with our European subscribers, and you know, in the US, and you know, the homies, that's obvious. But anyways, on that note, I'm your boy Zod, and sorry if this video is, you know, all over the place, but I just wanted to talk to you watch and reach out, and you know, hopefully you watch and enjoy, and I will get at you tomorrow.
I hop on the beat and you know I'ma kill it. My nigga lose schools, you know that they drilling. I run on my money.
Kneel before Zod.